I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you could want to need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Wonder Woman, issue number 1. Diana found out that her life may very well have been a lie, a fraud, a scheme orchestrated by some dastardly foe, and now she's ready to get to the bottom of it. Let's hop on in and see what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, our hero Diana is still very much lost. Now, as I mentioned in my review of Aquaman, and it definitely bears repeating here, all of these DC Rebirth #1 titles are really doing a good job of getting people up to speed on what's been happening. It's like all the books are doing a recap page, it's just within the story itself. Wonder Woman's problem is that she can't get back to the Themyscira. It's lost to her somehow, and worse still, wherever she is, she feels that she's being watched, that there's some form of evil magic all around her. And as we can see by looking at these absolutely beautiful pages, she's totally right. She absolutely is being watched, and there is evil all around her. From there, we transition on over to a shady government organization. I'm going to assume it's Argus, but they never come out and say it's Argus, so let's just go with Argus, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Special Agent Etta Candy is prepping her team. Etta Candy, of course, you all may or may not know, is a long-standing Wonder Woman character who, interestingly enough, when we last saw her in the New 52, she was a skinny black woman, even where before she was a big fat white woman. Now she's fat again, but her race has stayed the same, which, it is no issue of mine as far as I'm concerned. There was nothing inherently white about Etta's character. Being fat, though, was important to her, so I'm glad to see she's fat again. Etta attempts to get in contact with Steve Trevor, who is on a dangerous mission attempting to topple an evil warlord. Yeah, I feel a bunch of retconning going on right here, right now with Steve Trevor. Wasn't he supposed to be like the Justice League liaison to the government? Why is he a boots-on-the-ground grunt now? I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. This is probably the most Steve Trevor has gotten to do in a really, really long time. Etta tells Steve that Wonder Woman is active in that part of the world, and they might very well run into each other, and Wonder Woman could possibly jeopardize the operation, especially because this warlord in general is particularly nasty to all the young girls of the villages that he takes over and destroys. Another interesting thing about Steve is that he carries around an old-timey picture of Wonder Woman, kind of like those old-timey Wonder Woman pictures we saw in the last Batman v Superman movie. Me wonders if the movies are starting to have even more of an effect on this comic now. Wonder Woman continues to stomp her way through the wilderness, attempting to find some answers to her burning question. She doesn't find them, but what she does find is a bunch of horrible were creatures. Oh god, hyena men, they're like gnolls from D&D. Quick, Wonder Woman, roll your initiative dice. Now, who on earth could it possibly be that Wonder Woman is looking for? Someone who has a tie to magic, a tie to Wonder Woman, and possibly the answers to the questions he's seeking. Well, that person turns out to be none other than Wonder Woman villain the Cheetah as the comic ends. Wonder Woman #1, while perhaps being a little slow in spots, is still a very cool, very fresh breath of air for this series. We're definitely taking a mulligan on quite a few things, and retconning is in full effect, but you know what, for once that's actually the driving point of the story. There's going to be this story running right now about Wonder Woman trying to find out what her past was and what has changed, and in the next issue we're actually going to get to go back in time and kind of get like a Wonder Woman Year 1 thing going on. Beyond that, I love what they've done with Steve Trevor and Etta Candy. I hope they stick around and become big players in the comic once again, and you know what, I'm absolutely over the moon that it looks like this portion of the comic, Wonder Woman is going to actually deal with some Wonder Woman villains. We got Cheetah, I got my fingers crossed for Silver Swan and Dr. Psycho to not be far behind. And I mean, beyond that, have you looked at the book? It's freaking stunning. Overall, I would give this one a very positive 7.5 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.